मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूँ और रेडियो फीजी रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Good evening, Fiji. In this bulletin, more COVID-19 testing. Contact tracing app almost ready. And 52 arrests for COVID-19 breaches.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
With COVID-19 reshaping individual behaviour and how people interact with each other, the Fijian government believes these personal choices must become a way of life. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says the coronavirus has taught everyone the importance of maintaining personal hygiene. Edwin Nund reports.
According to the Prime Minister, it's now up to everyday Fijians to take charge of their own health so long as the threat of COVID-19 remains.
Because your government cannot win this war alone. Your government cannot make you wash your hands. Your government cannot force you to bring your own billows to cover sessions. Your government cannot inspect inside your homes to ensure that they are clean. We will continue to give advice and directives led by the best available science. But ultimately, it's up to you to stop the spread.
Fiji's Centre for Disease Control has carried out more than 1,000 tests for COVID-19 in the last 4 weeks, and all have come back negative. But for authorities, this is not enough to relax containment measures.
Even as we explore ways we can safely scale back restrictions, we're also stepping up our virus containment. We've already health screened over 800,000 Fijians through the largest healthcare mobilization campaign in Fijian history. In the coming weeks, we will massively step up testing as well.
With confirmation that all COVID-19 precautionary measures will remain, the Prime Minister is calling on Fijians to comply with directives. The nationwide curfew will remain from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day. Social gatherings must be limited to 20 people or fewer. Gyms, nightclubs, cinemas and swimming pools remain closed. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
A contact tracing mobile app is in its final stages of development before being rolled out to the Fijian public. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says the Care Fiji app will not only enhance Fiji's fight against the coronavirus, it will also instill confidence in the country's ability to contain the pandemic whilst opening up our borders. Maggie Boyle reports.
It's an innovative solution that's already been tried and tested abroad in order to contain the spread of COVID-19.
Comes from the very same technology that has been widely adopted by millions of Singaporeans and Australians in their own fights to contain the virus, meaning that its success will help pave the way to safely reopening our borders to visitors. When that day comes, tourists will be able to download Care Fiji upon landing, giving them the confidence that Fiji has COVID-19 firmly under control.
The Prime Minister highlighting that the adoption of the Care Fiji app will literally be life-saving.
If enough Fijians use Care Fiji, we'll be able to avoid large-scale lockdowns entirely. More importantly, widespread adoption of Care Fiji will help save lives.
The app was this week sent through to the necessary authorities for the final stages of preparation.
The Google people and the Apple people get their verification. Normally it takes about 3 working days from them. We found 3 to 5 working days. Once that is verified and cleared by them, then we're going to take at least about a week to pilot it.
The Care Fiji app is expected to be available for the Fijian public as early as next month. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
52 arrests were made in the last 24 hours, with breach of curfew arrests topping the list with 40 cases. The Western Division recorded 20 arrests, the South recorded 17, and East recorded 3 arrests. 12 arrests were made for sporting activities in the Central Division as a group of men were found playing soccer at the Queen Elizabeth Drive beachfront. Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio has reminded the public that contact sports such as touch rugby, soccer and basketball is still prohibited. Non-contact sports such as golf, tennis and volleyball is now permitted. However, those intending to play volleyball in their neighbourhood or with friends must limit the numbers to 20, whether playing or watching. Anything above 20 will be considered a breach. Drone surveillance is now being used during special police operations. According to police, this is to cover shortcuts in side roads that are often used by criminal elements. This past week, officers from the Southern Division, K9 and Police Special Response Unit were deployed to the Raiwanga, Raiwai and Samambula areas in Suva to cover the off-track paths. This resulted in the arrest of a man in his 20s who was found with substances believed to be marijuana trying to evade police. Police say the deployment of these teams with the drones will now be conducted on a regular basis in densely populated areas. The Education Ministry has clarified the worksheets provided to students by their respective schools are not examinable materials and have already been taught in schools. Minister Rosie Akbar says parents should not worry if they are unable to provide proper guidance to their children regarding this. Faria Begum has more.
The worksheets have been given out to ensure students are making good use of their time at home.
The parents, I do understand, like I said, you want your children to be back in school. But given the fact that we must give the safety and welfare of both our teachers and students a priority, we have kept our schools closed.
Akbar has also urged parents to use this homeschooling opportunity to connect with their children.
This is the time. For some of us, this would be a good opportunity to actually be actively engaged with what our children learn in schools, and use this time for bonding with the children, build a trust with the children, spend as much time with the children as you can.
While parents are supporting this initiative, they say it comes with its own challenges.
Because of the coronavirus, so they have to study only thing. It's hard for them too because they have to go on online for the internet and other things. And as soon as this virus is gone, it will be okay.
It helps the kids a lot with their schoolwork. They're progressing. It also creates a bond with the parents.
It's a good initiative, but the only worry is that there is a lot of costs involved. The internet bills, the electricity bills, and we are not even earning enough because of the coronavirus. Students have been on holiday since March 23rd, and the Ministry of Education says should schools recommence on the 15th of June, things will be completed as normal. Faria Begum, FBC News.
Up ahead, Ministry conducts rate survey and concerns over putrid meat.
Nadang go aproslan kerse, go erkraki, do televizio na barong na radio FIJIANS, nandomo ibiti.
Radio FIJIANS, nandomo ibiti.
Close to 200 kilograms of putrid meats was condemned yesterday by Suva City Council Health Department. Consumer Council of Fiji Chief Executive Seema Shandel says through market surveillance they found a particular supermarket in the capital city selling putrid meat. She says immediately after their findings, the council engaged the Suva City Council Health Department and condemned 1.99.70 kg of meat. The council will continue to monitor the quality of goods sold in supermarkets and will not hesitate to name traders who are in clear breach of the law. The local government ministry is undertaking a valuation exercise to profile ratepayers who have not been paying their dues. The 13 municipal councils in Fiji are owed over $50 million, with the people of Nasinu and Nausori identified as the biggest culprits. At the beginning of 2020, $11.3 million was owed to the Nasinu Town Council. Pranita Prakash reports.
The largest municipality in Fiji, Nasinu has a population of over 92,000, but only 11,819 are official ratepayers.
11,000 plus official ratepayers were counted in the year 2012 when sexennial valuation was undertaken. But that was 2012. By 2012 to now, that's 8 years. So within 8 years, obviously more houses have come up. and more development has taken place. So we are undertaking another valuation for Nasinu town that will capture the total number of ratepayers in Nasinu.
Municipal councils rely on rate and other levies to deliver services, and without this revenue, ratepayers end up on the losing side.
More than $11 million is owed in rates. Can you imagine if I am able to collect $11 million from the ratepayers? With this money, I'll be able to put up a Balelevu stadium that we've been talking about quite easily. So it's really a collective effort that is required from the ratepayers. If they want certain facility in the township, they have to pay for it.
Kumar says ratepayers profiling has already started and they have been able to take legal action against some. The local government minister stresses ratepayers need to be accountable as they cannot enjoy services without paying for it. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Fiji Ports Corporation says it only deals with the berthing applications for inter-island vessels and has no control over the action of ship captains or owners. Chief Executive Vajira Piasena made the comment following concerns over the long waiting times that passengers have to endure while waiting for other vessels to clear wharves and jetties. Piasena says vessel operators are responsible for these issues and more communication is needed to ensure that passengers are provided with the best services.
The role is very clear. Our role is basically these inter-island vessels, when they submit the berthing applications, to make a berth available and to facilitate their loading, discharging and the passengers' movement. So it is done like this, safety, security. But rest is all up to the ship operators.
Desilting works along the Nakauvandra River in Rakiraki have commenced to help ease flooding in Rakiraki town and the neighbouring communities. While visiting the worksite, Waterways Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy stressed the public's role in helping to maintain the river. Sainiani Boiler reports.
This project will come as a huge relief to Rakiraki town, nearby communities and farmers living along the riverbank.
One of the reasons the flooding was frequently happening in Rakiraki is because of excessive volume of rain. And the second reason was that the existing waterways were clogged up.
Dr. Reddy also stressed the public's role in helping to maintain creeks and drains.
We should not throw our household rubbish in the waterways. Eventually it will clog up and damage our infrastructure. It will become a health hazard. It will reduce the capacity of the waterways to discharge water, and then the water will overflow.
Rakiraki and Tabua Town Council Special Administrator Mark Tuilau says the desilting will mean businesses in Rakiraki will be spared from losses caused by natural disasters.
Obviously, that's the biggest impact to our business in Rakiraki town is when it floods. Market closes, shops close, and it takes 2 or 3 days to clean it up so we can get back to business again. If we can reduce the time that it happens, then Rakiraki will be better off economically.
The desilting will comprise of removal of rubbish, excessive silt and sediments, cleaning and disposal of debris, and dead tree trunks right up to the mouth of the Penang River. Sainiani Boiler, FBC News.
Prepare for COVID-19 to be with us forever. That's the warning from the World Health Organization, which says the world may have to learn to live with it. In sports after the break, Flying Fijians versus Australia July Test match postponed. And volleyball given green light. Stay with us.
My name is Neha and I'm from Kadavi, and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Rugby players today are more focused on money instead of chasing their passion for rugby. This is a concern raised by Flying Fijians veteran John Sandy, who shared his insight on the evolution of rugby over the years. Tale Matarakula has more.
Can you hear all this?
The former Flying Fijians lock forward says while the sport will go through major changes in years to come, it is important for players not to lose sight on the true meaning of the game.
The glory and the tours and the attention you get is one part of it, but the bigger part of it is really the sacrifice that you put in. It's a lot of hard work.
Sunday says ruggers in Fiji are graced with God-given talent, which they should put towards a good.
I dedicated myself to becoming a better rugby player, and hopefully that I could get an overseas contract. I would then want to look for a university to study so that I could get the undergraduate or the degree to polish up my skill set, then be able to set me properly to move into business.
Fellow former flying Fijian Seremayambai echoed similar sentiments, saying national duties are even more important now, with rugby severely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
An awakening situation for mostly rugby players. It's very challenging because rugby is it's amateur. The most probably challenging one is the unemployed one. So in order for them to tackle this, they need to find a sort of a job.
Both veterans ventured into other businesses after rugby, with Mbai setting up his own rugby academy, as well as investing in properties. Sunday is the executive chairman of Melanesian Trustee Services Limited, chairman of the Pacific Balanced Fund, and the owner of CoverCorp. Tali Matirkula, FBC Sports.
The international test match is scheduled on July 18th between the Flying Fijians and the Wallabies has been postponed.
We've been advised that it's been postponed, and depending on the lifting of restrictions and so forth, it could be rescheduled to October.
Fiji Volleyball Federation President Linga Ngukisuva is pleading with everyone looking to indulge in friendly matches over the coming days to follow all health and safety precautions. This comes as the green light has been given by Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sitiven Ngilio for non-contact sports including volleyball, golf and tennis. Ngukisuva says the Federation is thankful restrictions have been eased for volleyball. However, he adds that all safety measures must be observed.
If you are taking part this weekend on a friendly game, let's make sure that there's not more than 20 people in the court, and then you keep a safe distance too for those that are on the court, beside the court in terms of spectators and reserves.
Fiji football sensation Roy Krishna is urging more collaboration with communities to help grow the sport locally. And Krishna says this is just one step towards taking the sport to greater heights. The Lambasa lad says in order to have more skillful footballers, early development is pivotal. Krishna adds while national players have improved drastically, more support from the corporate world, schools, parents and society is still needed. Association of Tennis Professionals and the Women's Tennis Association tours have been suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. New Zealand cricket hope Colin Munro remains motivated to play at the international level again, despite missing out on Black Caps' contract. Along with Munro, Todd Astle, who has retired from Red Bull cricket earlier this year, also lost contracts. This has opened the door for some exciting new talent. Afternoon showers were experienced over Vanuatu today. Fine weather conditions prevailed over the rest of the country. Taking a look at the map, in the Western Division, sunny conditions were experienced for most of the day. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, more fine weather prevailed. Up north, the fine conditions, as well as apart from some afternoon showers in Lambasa and Savu-Savu. At sea, a southerly wind flow prevails over Fiji waters. Southerly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. Turning to the tides, high tide is at 2:42 a.m. with low tide at 8:35 tomorrow morning. Sunrise is at 6:25. Now for tomorrow, mostly fine conditions in the morning, turning to possible showers over most places in the afternoon. Tomorrow's temperatures will mostly be around 30 degrees. And further outlook, we're looking further on to Monday, cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. Recapping the main stories for tonight, PM wants more COVID-19 testing, contact tracing app almost ready, and 52 arrests for COVID-19 breaches. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we're asking, do you think Sir Bill Beaumont's re-election as World Rugby Chair was the right outcome? Visit our FBC website to answer. And you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. And that's it from the news desk this evening. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Bola, I'm Miri, I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.